There's a couple other things, though, that made their way on the horizon. And what we're hearing more and more from Iowans and people across the country, banks, big business, buying into ESGs, making it part of their guidelines. Heritage Foundation has done a lot of work on this. What can the government do so that we don't have this unelected, basically, power takeover in regards to forcing a leftist agenda on this country?
I first wrote about ESG in the Wall Street Journal in the spring of last year and called on states around the country to adopt the model legislation of the American Legislative Exchange Council, a conservative group of state legislators, because every state, I remember I managed it when I was governor, every state has an enormous amount in their pension fund, enormous amount in retirement fund, and all of that's invested on Wall Street, with few exceptions. And I'm so pleased that in the intervening months, with a push from a lot of conservatives and a lot of great conservative governors and great work at the Heritage Foundation, I want to acknowledge as well. Mm-hmm. You've seen states around the country that have been taking steps to say that we will not allow principally these big three investment firms that manage trillions of dollars to advance a liberal environmental, social, or governance agenda. I mean, what they were unable to accomplish in the ballot box, they're trying to accomplish in boardrooms and in corporate policy, but that's not the way America works. And I'm very proud of the fact that ultimately it was Republicans in the House, but then a bipartisan vote in the United States Senate that sent a bill to President Joe Biden to end ESG in federal funding and investment decisions, but to show you how committed the left is to this. And just as committed as they are to abortion on demand, which we didn't mention before, it's important to remember, the Democratic Party's official position is abortion on demand up to the moment of birth, paid for by taxpayers. But to show you the depth of their conviction in advancing a liberal agenda in investment in America through ESG, that was Joe Biden's first veto. And so, but the American people are with us. I honestly think we made great progress. All of these groups made great progress. Governors made great progress educating the American people about this agenda, and I think that it is an issue that we ought to carry into the next 18 months as people here in Iowa and around the country select a standard bearer and national leadership for us. We simply have got to draw the line and say that investment decisions should be based on achieving the highest rate of return for shareholders under the law, and should reject advancing a left-wing agenda in every turn of the dollar.